Day four, second padded practice. Much better than it was yesterday. A lot of intensity, a lot of passion, a lot of excitement. I thought the defense was flying around. I thought they played really well today. When you play defensive football, defense is about intensity and passion. And when one guy has it, it feeds, and then he makes a play, and then it just keeps growing and getting bigger. And that's what today's practice was like. I think it was great for the offense to kind of get humbled a little bit today, but I definitely felt like the defense had the upper hand. But we've talked about this before, but that's what good football teams do. They go back and forth. The offense watches the film. They get a little cranked up, and then they'll come back. And the competition going against each other every day is going to make us better.
Today, a couple of second-year guys stood out offensively. With Cam McKnight probably had his best practice since he's been in Louisiana Tech. Marcus Gaines is having a really good camp.
Yes, he is.
What is it about second-year players? Is it just the game slowing down, or they have a better understanding? Is it all of that combined into one, or is there something else with those two guys?
No, I think it's. We talked the other day about the conveyor belt. It's almost they get on as freshmen, they learn. As Earl Bruce used to say, freshmen don't know they don't know. They come in with all the answers and really don't have a clue what it's going to take. And then the game starts to slow down as sophomores. They start playing better, understanding it, same offense, really get a grasp of not just what to do, but how to do it. And it starts to make a difference. And when you're not thinking so much, you're not as robotical, and now you can just go let your natural talents and abilities play. And those guys, I even think Marlon Watts, as a second-year player, is having a really good camp for us right now and doing some really good things. So I think it's part of the maturing process, and it's part of what Kurt Hester's done with them in the summer and the way that they're changing their bodies a little bit. But I think it's right now they're both really doing a nice job and both of them are going to be major contributors for this football team.
I know we're just 4 days in, but can you get any better feeling about your backup corner situation, or is it still too early to tell?
No, it's still too early to tell, but I really like what Ephraim Kitchens is doing right now, and I like what Aaron Roberson is doing. I think those guys are doing some really good things right now at corner. Are they going to be ready? I mean, we're still installing. When we get everything in, and then we're going to have to look at it. And if we've got to scale it back a little bit, if one of those guys has to play, then we'll scale it back. But I really like what those two freshmen are doing. And right now, in looking at it, I think both of those guys right now are showing probably an opportunity to get to play this year.
Your defensive line, the interior, might have been a concern for some people coming into the season, but it seems like guys like Cedric Johnson stepping up, Tyler Porter's having a good camp today. Jordan Bradford had a pretty good day today.
Jordan Bradford, Courtney Wallace is a load inside. I mean, I think there's some guys in there that have ability. They just haven't played, and that's what we've talked about. Courtney's a true freshman. Bradford's a true freshman. Tyler Porter's an upperclassman, but just getting his opportunity to play. And Cedric Johnson's in that same boat that McKnight and Marcus Gaines and Marlon Watts. He's a sophomore. He's a second-year player and starting to grow and mature a little bit. And so I think, when you look at it, when you put Vern on the other side, I don't want to say it doesn't matter who you put next to him. It does, but he makes a difference.
He's going to take two of them anyway.
Vern draws so much attention, and if he doesn't, he's going to be in your backfield wreaking havoc. I thought the defense had a great day today, but I think it started with the defensive line and the number of guys that were in our backfield when you're trying to run offensive plays makes it hard.
With Lloyd in kind of a different spot, but it seems to be clicking with him, especially today.
I think the thing that's making that move work is Lloyd's bought into that move. And I think that's really what has made that move work, is that with Lloyd having the opportunity to play a little bit more of that nickel back and the opportunity to be a starter. I mean, Lloyd's worked really hard this offseason. Academically, he had a tough winter last year, but has really bounced back. He's been doing much, much better in school. I mean, you're just seeing, normally when you see a change in their life, it changes all the way around. When they're not doing what they're supposed to do academically, they're normally not doing what they're supposed to do on the field, and normally they're not doing what they're supposed to do socially. But boy, right now, I think it's clicking off the field, in the classroom, his leadership, the way he's being vocal, he's flying around, he's playing with some confidence right now and a little bit of swagger. The way he's looking at it, it's like, it's my turn. I've waited a long time for this turn. I've been here. This isn't his first year here. He's been here for a while, and he's really determined to get on that field, and I think he's been doing a great job.
Last question for me. What would you say your percentage is on both sides of the ball of your installation?
Offense is probably a little bit farther along as far as Woodall's offensively. We've got a little bit more of install it all, kind of whole piece whole. Going to throw it all at them, then just pick pieces of it, and then kind of get the finished product at the end. Defensively, we're probably putting in just a few staples out of every package. So we're putting in like one front here, one front here, one front here, and doing it for 3 days, and then one. So we'll be installing for a little while, adding our wrinkles defensively. But I would say offensively right now, out of the staples of your offense, your runs and passes, you probably got 80% of your offense in right now. Your screens and all that. You've got special plays, reverses, things like that. Your special plays that you're going to run. But I'd say we still have a handful of plays to put in. But for the most part, the staples are in. The things that we're going to do all year are in.
You talked about the high energy out there today, and obviously good to see after yesterday. But watching practice, I kind of saw a lot of fun kind of jawing back and forth. When you're trying to build a program that hopefully have a successful year, how important is having that camaraderie among the team to be able to lightheartedly go back and forth?
Yeah, it's invaluable. I mean, we talk all the time about togetherness and how important it is that we not only go against each other good on good and get that good work, but that we learn to work together, that guys aren't on the ground, throwing guys down, hurting each other, that type of stuff. But I don't know how much fun it was, because yesterday the offense got the better of the defense, and the defense came back a little more motivated today, and I thought they had a great day, but they played the game with some passion, and there is a lot of pride on both sides, but there's a lot of energy out there right now, I would say, which is that's what it takes to get better. You got to go out. You've heard people say you got to practice like you play. You got to practice like you play. And if you go out and you go through the motions and it's hot and we're practicing in the middle of the day and coach, why aren't we going at 7? And we can be worried about all that, or we can go out there and say, hey, we're out here. Let's play the game. Let's communicate. Let's talk. Let's handle a little bit of adversity. And I think they're doing that. I really think they're doing that. But I love the way they're playing the game together right now.
And granted, it's early in camp, but it seems like you got a positive team, positive locker room. And granted, a positive locker room may not win a game, but a negative locker room can sure lose a game.
For sure. We got a great culture. We got great young men. I mean, you could sit here and go through every position, but the Kentrell Bryces, you go the Xavier Woods. I'm just going to the Bo Feet. He's had Vernon Butler and Dora and the leadership that they're providing. And you go all the way through this roster. We just really got great young men that have a cause right now, and the cause is this team and what we're putting together. And we're having a lot of fun playing this game. It's not. It's not going out there and just trying to go through it, but it's out there playing the game the way it's supposed to be played. And if you'll learn to practice that way every day, then it's easy when you go out there on game day. But we do have a great culture. I give a lot of that credit to these coaches for the type quality young men that they've recruited. And I give a lot of that credit to these young men for giving up their individuality for the good of this team and this program and what we're trying to build. But we got some really high character players on this team.
Get to ratchet up the physicality a little bit tomorrow, full pads, and then a 2-a-day Saturday. What's your focus over the next 2 days?
Believe it or not, it's not going to get a lot more physical than it did today. Today we were in shoulder pads and shorts. We're not going to scrimmage. We won't go live until, probably about Tuesday of next week. We may have a little live goal line segment or something like that. But I just want them to get used to carrying their pads. I want them getting used to carry them. We won't do a lot of live work and being on the ground, but it will give us the opportunity to maybe practice some more short yardage goal line things. But it will still. Today was a very physical day. Yesterday was a very physical day. A lot of our big packages, running the ball, and right now, like I said, I think we're every practice right now. We just got to make sure we're getting better. Made some mistakes out there today. We got to watch the film and get them corrected.